Hello guys. So we have day 25 of 28 days of declutter, February 1st to February. We only have a few days left, guys. And I've been crafting and prepping, and I completely forgot to film today. So it's quite late. I was prepping what we were gonna do, but I'm first gonna show you what I'm decluttering today. And I might lose count because now I kind of mixed my. Anyway, number one, we have another pack of these. Some ink on the back because I've used the back to. It's in the plastic sheet still. I think I should move my lights a bit, just like that. So we have one of these. They have very strange wording on them. So yeah, I do have more of these, but this one is still in the package. So I'm gonna put that in my secondhand shop, I think. Next we have 5 more of these guys. I hope these are the last I'm gonna find, because I'm kind of drowning in them now. And yes, we're gonna do a video series on them, how to decorate them different ways, but you know, stuff like that. But I hope I don't find any more, because well, I do have a lot of ideas, but I also have a lot of these. A lot of them. So we have 6, and then we have this one, then we have number 7, and we have 8 and 9, and here we have 10. I have some bookmarks here. It's both Pippi Longstocking and Pocahontas, and I'm gonna count these as one because they're kind of together. So there we have 10 items, 11, 12, come on, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. And these are all sheets with stickers from sticker books. These sheets are not that, you know, enticing. There was one of them where there was one sticker missing. There, one sticker is missing. Apart from that, this is where we are now. And then we have, I said 21, right? So we had 21. I had to recount it. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. Am I doing it? I feel like I'm wrong. 26. It's one too many, right? We're doing 25 today, right? Well, anyway, it's okay. It's okay. I have a ton. So I have this sticker book, and I want to use the cover. So I started to cut out the stickers and separate them between the stickers I really want to keep and the stickers that, yeah, not really. So we have some letter stickers, and one of my rules was 5 stickers needs to be 1. For these, most of these have 5 or more on them, so I'm counting one sheet as 5, but these are 5 in each part. So those are gonna leave me. That was our things for today. Oh, you know what? I have to check the date. I can't remember if it's 25 or 26 today. Hang on. Yeah, it's 25th today, so I'm kind of messed up because I completely forgot to film. I've been working all day, and I've been doing a lot of stuff and a lot of prep work, and we have so much stuff I'm going to show you. So these are going to go up. I think some of them will go with the blue guy, and some of them will just you know, end up in my secondhand shop or something like that. Some of them I will gift away to a friend of mine, and so on. So let me put these away for now. This is what I have done, and this is also where we're gonna continue with our previous projects. I just want to just quickly go over a few things, just little scrap notebooks. So I've been using a ton of scraps, and some of them I finished decorating, and some of them, like this one, I put a sticker on the outside, and this one I put some butterflies, and these are left as is because I think they're kind of pretty. Once I decide what journal these are going in, I can just put a little word or something like that. So I have quite a lot of these guys now. Let's move this one I made previously. I just took it out to show you because it's nice. Then I also finished this one. I started this, I think 2 years ago, 3 years maybe. And I'm not happy with the spine. It's very stiff. It's the glue combined with a kind of thicker lace that makes the spine a bit, you know, it's movable, but the pages are kind of thin, so the spine feels kind of thick. But now I've been working with it for hours, and actually for 2 days now. So this is, let's do a little quick flip through, because I think this is kind of cute. I like these little small thingies, and I sketched around. And we have some butterflies and some fabric. Little sticker. Here I made a little card. First step in a journey. And that's what it looks like behind. And we have a little belly band, and I struggled to turn the pages. Hello. There we go. Yeah, it is one page. I have a little fox. We got a green page. We have flowers. We have a little heart randomly there. A little purple butterfly flower. Some H-streams and kitty cats. Another little pocket. And we have one of these little notebook things. Quote books, maybe. Here we have a little flip out. And butterfly. So these are kind of small, but they're kind of cute. I like them. I like them. So it's going there. And I had a little green feather. Bobcat. H-trims, lace. Little stuff. Pocket. So it doesn't look like much, but just to make something like this, I mean, it takes a little while, and it's a bit fiddly, and you kind of think of it, what string do I want to use? What paper do I want to use? What scraps do I want to use? Do I want to decorate the pocket? And also, when I make these smaller pockets, I don't glue this side down, because it makes it a lot easier to take things in and out. So it's more like a corner pocket. Here we have 2 types of bear thingies, and flowers and stickers, and raven and forest. This is a very yellow page, but it's a very happy page, and happy dreams come true. There we go. So that one is finished. It's done. It's ready for like regular everyday use. I mean, it can still be decorated a bit more, maybe put some tabs or, you know, something nice on top. So that one I made. These 2 I made previously, but I think we're going to use them today. So I made 2 more. These little scrap rolls. I think we're going to use them today. Also finally put pages in this one. This is the string I sewed in the signature with. And I just left them long enough so I can tie them in the front. This one is not decorated. It just put some pages in it. So I made that one. We're going to use this today. We're going to use this today. We're going to use napkins. Well, not today. In this video, I should say. In this video. Oh, and I finished this one. And again, I glued this to the spine of... So now it's stuck there, so otherwise I will just lose the closure. We have a little pocket with some stuff. A little kitty cat. We're doing double flip throughs. Well, here we have a little thing like that. This one I didn't do now, but pretty much everything else is made now. A lot of it. Not this pocket actually. That one's also pretty much. Here I stamped on a piece of paper and glued it in. Weekly challenge. You can kind of, here you write down what challenge it is on the line there, and then you kind of cross off when you've done it. So it's kind of a tracker. I like that stamp. I really like that stamp. And here I stamped it and just cut it out on scrap and to use it. And I also I have this stamp, just tracker, so you can write down and you can track. You can use them for exercise, you can use them for cooking, you can use them for anything, anything you want to track. So I put in a lot of extra pages and pockets and little extra stuff to write on. Here I have cut out this paper. It has a top too where it says hello. And just cut it down, left a little bit of edge and folded it up, and you have some extra writing space. And this one I think is so cute. Brave girl. And I doodle on the back, and it has that brown pocket. I like this, is one of my favorite. I know I say green is my favorite color, but this page, yes. And this cat, for some reason, it blended in too much, so I went around the edges. This is another one of my favorite card, and it's just a piece of coffee dyed paper. Stamped a butterfly, went around the edges with the pen, some words, doodle around the edge, made some lines, doodle a little bit more, and it's done. But it's so cute. It's everything that's this tiny. It's so cute. It's so cute. What a put nuts. And here we have little Pingu. And it has its lines on the back. The Pingu. And we have the Ferris previously. And here we have a little flip out, like so. And flip it back in. So I added a lot of writing space, and here we have another one of these little notebooks. A lot of decorations and stickers. I've been trying to use a lot of stickers now. Because there's other stickers that I want that are super cute. And I want to make room for them when I can afford them. And here I just cut out a lot of different stickers and different flower stickers. They matched, so I put them together. So why not? There's another one of these little scrap books that you can write little quotes or memory things. I mean, these you can write your date and what the weather was like. And here we have an upside. I haven't folded it yet. I just realized that. There we go. There. And this one is also flip out. And here's another flip out. But it's a rather big flip out. You have to do that and you have to do that. And here you have to kind of get in between there somehow. I don't remember how I did this. Closure worked so nicely, and then, oh, it was like that, maybe. There. I don't know. Something like that. It's great when you can't remember. And there we go. And then you tie this around. Also, I made these, actually I made the covers a while ago. I made the covers, but I finally sewed in some pages, and for this one I braided a little wraparound, just like that, and I made a little tassel. I love making these fluffy tassels. Now I put a lot of like little papers in here, but I forgot to, I was gonna put, can you tell in this? Yeah, so I was gonna put this fabric tape in here, and I completely forgot. I just sewed in the pages. So this one looks like that, so I need to put something on there to strengthen. I mean, the fabric will stay, but as you can see, the paper is kind of cracked. So yeah. And also the difference between this one and this one, for this one I cut off these parts that are sticking out, and I kind of like that better than this. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go in and cut off these excess stuff, just leave where I have the white little strips. So these are so many pages, these are so packed, and I'm thinking I'm gonna cut this down. I haven't decided yet. So I've done that, and I glued this because we need more of this in order to do all the things I've planned. And I also, when we do decoupage, afterwards when everything is dry, I went in here with a fine liner around the foxes, and I also went in and doodled and made some little, see all the brown doodles here. And you can go in with many colors, and you can do all of that stuff. So we're going to use that one, we're going to use some of the other papers, and in this video we're also going to finish this one. We have the pages are here, The holes are ready. The other side of these are ready. They're varnished, they're shiny, and it's dry. So I've done this side, and now we're gonna do this side. It won't be done tonight, but we're gonna do this side and let that fully dry. Then we're gonna put varnish on this side and let that fully dry, and then we're gonna sew in the pages, and we're gonna sew this whole thing together. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put up my paints, and we're gonna do some fun things with napkins. We're gonna use carbon paper. We're gonna use a lot of fun stuff. Okay, so I had some little paint accidents. So what I have done here, you've seen in previous videos, I did decoupage on these. What I did on that, since I painted these on the back side, when I did the fox, I managed to get a ton of, no, I dipped my arm in the paint, of course. I got some paint splatters on this side, so on this side. And as you can see, I got some little paints here too. No, you can't see. Let's zoom in instead of keep lifting it up. I got some paint here, and so I'm gonna do this to this side. This part is this part of the napkin, like that. That's that part of the napkin, and this part was this part of the napkin. Now I'm gonna paint this side. A few things to think. Oh, wrong paintbrush. Oh, I'm gonna try this. I found some paintbrushes that I haven't used in a while, so I'm gonna see which ones I like. If I don't like anyone, I'm gonna throw them away, because we are decluttering, and I managed to declutter quite. Oh, sorry, did not mean to kick you. I decluttered quite a lot of stuff actually, and I'm kind of happy with the progress I've done this month. I still have a lot more to do, and more to go over. But what I do here, first off, you don't have to stay within the lines. Think of the napkin as kind of a guideline, a starting point. So you don't have to be great at painting. You just kind of go in. This is a bit too bright. I want it a bit darker. Maybe that is better. So I'm just mixing colors here. The one thing that I love about acrylics, and I said this before, and will probably say it a few times again, is that you can paint over. Especially if you have like a decent quality. Now, don't buy the most expensive colors or paints or whatever you call them. Not in any way or form, but I do buy kind of the medium things for like easier, cheaper projects. You know, dollar store, I don't know, like super cheap brands work. For little things like this, they work. And again, if you paint, you can always change your mind. You don't even have to aim for the same type of colors. You can go completely off and make the tree, like for example, now I'm making trees. I can make it blue, I can make it purple, I can make it like rainbow colored, anything I want. So think of it as a background sketch that you just fill in the color on, and it's really relaxing to just sit here and just paint over. And with acrylics, you don't have to leave the lines. I kind of leave them like here. I'm sorry for the sounds. I'm kind of leaving these, but they're not important because you can always paint over. Since it's acrylic paint, it will cover the background. So if I don't like it blue, like now I'm doing the brown, I'm trying to do similar color. It doesn't have to be the same, but I want something similar. If I don't like it, I can just go over it again, and I love that part. And I'm gonna give you some more examples. Let me just fill in this tree. And it's a bit easier if if you have something very like this little fold here, to get in properly inside every corner and little things. It's easier if the paint is a bit runnier, if you add a little bit of water to it, but that also make it less opaque, so you might need more layers for it. I just started, I should have started with that one because that's the furthest in the back, but I don't really bother. And I'm gonna do what I did for this one. I'm gonna go off the edge. I'm gonna play a little bit. I'm gonna add stuff that's not really there. So I'm sorry, my mouth is really dry. Plus it's quite late right now too, so we'll see how much we do today, and the rest we'll do tomorrow. But the same video, just film for 2 days and then try and upload it. I've had some internet problems too. When I've been doing all the crafting I showed you earlier, I've had videos going in the background, both like YouTube videos and not crafting videos, but YouTube videos, like little fun videos and stuff like that. So I had a playlist going. But also I am rewatching Bones on what's it called? Amazon Prime Video, right? I think that's what it's called. I think I'm gonna cancel that subscription. It's the only type of like entertainment subscription I have. I don't subscribe to like I have Canva, but it's because I use it all the time for my business. I do the thumbnails in Canva, and I do like little gift cards in Canva and all of that stuff. So I need that. So that subscription is staying. And I also have a subscription for like online storage kind of thing. But that I use, it's constantly full. It's absolutely hopeless. Just fill it up immediately. I film and take a lot of pictures. I'm left-handed, so I have a tendency to put my hand in wet paint. So I try to, when I'm working on something, I just turn it around. And that's another easy thing with napkin. You don't have to struggle with the proportions. Like when I was sketching that fox and that squirrel that we have on the other sides here, fox and the squirrel. So when I did the background sketch for them, there, now you can see them. I was really struggling with proportion. It took me forever. And then a friend said, "Why didn't you use carbon paper?" And I was like, oh, I'm dumb. So we're gonna do that too in a bit, probably in tomorrow's video, but no, today's video. I'm sorry, today's video, but for me it will be tomorrow. So it's confusing. It's a bit confusing, yes. And I'm making it peek out. I think we have another one of those trees peeking out here, so I'm gonna go in here because that's the next tree over. So I'm actually gonna go, I'm gonna go all the way to the edge. Let's do that. Let's go all the way to the edge and pretend we have a tree here. And we go a little bit. Now here, I'm not sure if I'm gonna widen this tree, but I go out over with this paint, and then I can, since it's acrylic paint, I can decide afterwards. And I'm kind of painting in the holes here, and there it goes off the edge. Okay, so we have the first layer of this, and since we have the napkin underneath, and we have a similar color, so even if the napkin or the paint and looks kind of weird and I can't get the right lighting, lamp is right here and it still looks dark, and I have another one right to the right of me, but yeah. So even if I don't have it completely covered, since we have color on the napkin in the background, you get it, it's filled in, it's not white. If you paint it and after it has dried, you can see some white specks, and you find it hard to get the paint to go into those white specks, then you simply just add a bit more water to your paint and make it runnier, and that is an easier way to cover those specks. Now I think I'm going to make this tree a bit darker than it is. Actually, it's probably going to be quite a lot darker. And again, I'm turning it upside down so I don't put my hand in the fresh paint. So we're adding a tree here. There is a tree there, but we kind of building it outside. Building it, what's the paint I used? This one. So I'm gonna continue here. And for this side, I don't know how well that shows up on, I'm gonna do like that. So you see here's the edge ribbon that we used. For this one, I went over with, I mixed a color that was similar to this ribbon, and I went over the whole thing. So it's kind of blendy. So I don't have the white part that we have here. Here we have the kind of whitish part here, but I kind of mixed the color that reminded me of the ribbon. And yeah, we're gonna do a few other projects with both paint, and we'll see how far we get. I have too many ideas, and usually it takes quite a long time to do all this. So I'm making these come off the edge here, like so, making it a little bit more tree-like. Actually, that one is creating a bit too much shine for my taste. Maybe that's better. And then I flip it over to kind of see what it looks like, and yeah, I like that look. So I'm gonna go out, it's gonna go over the edge there. Now obviously you don't have to go over the edge, and it's just something I like doing, and it comes from my, I think I said this, when I was doing so much mixed media, I loved going over the edge. You took the canvas and you went over the edge with the painting and the sculpting, and kind of mixed everything. Oh, I love doing that. Oh, another thing. What is a junk journal? If you make a journal, if you make, it can be any type of journal. It can be an art journal, it can be a tracker journal, it can be a reading journal, it can be a bullet journal. It can be any of those things. If you make it out of trash, it is a junk journal. Simple as that. Okay. I'm kind of happy where we are with that tree right now. And I'm gonna go in and make that one. Just rinse off the paintbrush. And I have some cat hair in here. Of course I do. So I'm gonna go in. It is very purple. Oh, okay. Let's make this tree a bit higher. Let's make it go over there. And something like that. Now this is the tree that's furthest to the front, that's furthest to the viewer. So this one I'm doing last because I can easily just go over, and I'm letting them overlap a little bit. And I'm painting the holes here. And this tree here isn't completely dry, so I add a lot more paint to the paintbrush. And we go over. I'm not too bothered with leaving branches because I'm going to widen everything, and I kind of have an idea of what the branches look like. And you can paint them over, and if you have more pieces of the napkin, you can always like go in, and if you want to do more, if you want what you paint to look more like the napkin, you can always, you know, take it out and like hold it and see what the branches look like if you want to make something similar. Doesn't have to be exact. This is your art. This is what you're painting. This is your interpretation of the napkin. The napkin is just there for like an undersketch, and I just made a little loop there. And I'm gonna go back and do color over this part here. There. And I'm gonna let this dry a bit before I go in with the branches. It's a bit too wet right now before I go in with the stem and the branches, so I'm gonna go get a cup of tea and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have some tea here, and I'm sorry. Don't like filming this late now because my allergies are worse in the evening. So my voice is kind of all over the place. So now I'm just grabbing a darker brown, and I'm just gonna start playing with the tree trunks. I'm gonna widen them, and I'm gonna let them go off the edge, like go through the frame kind of thing. It's a bit thick, gloopy, this paint, but I don't mind. That makes it more opaque. It doesn't show things through. It stays. It's not as sheer as So what I'm looking for here, it's not. It covers better when it's thicker, and I can always make it thinner, but it's hard to make paint thicker. I've seen some people put in like corn flour and rice flour and stuff like that and mix it in with the paint to make it thicker and cover better, but no, never really like that. I use kind of things like that if I want like really thick and I want texture. Then I like mixing the paint with something, but I usually mix the gesso with something to kind of make the paint thicker, so I can make like a little pattern and reliefs and stuff like that. If I want to make tree patterns or something in the paint, I usually do it in the gesso that I put underneath. Now I'm painting straight onto the napkin here. I don't have any gesso in between. We did, however, put gesso underneath the napkin. No, did we? No, we didn't on these, did we? We put gesso on this side where we painted. Where we painted our little things. I'm still so happy with the squirrel and the fox. I am keeping this one forever and ever. I say now and then I sell it next week. I don't know. I don't know what I keep and don't keep. I make things for myself and then I get a new idea and just, you know, you can't keep everything. And also money is always an issue. You know, you always need that cash to come in. We have, there's bills and there's food and you need fuel for the car and things like that. And I feel like I'm shading myself. Do you see anything I do? So I just, to make it easier on myself, I'm kind of moving. Don't be afraid to move your painting. Don't need to keep some stuff. That's why I don't like using those paint stands, because you can't really move your painting on there in the same way you can do when you have the painting on the desk. Like bigger paintings, you don't really move them that much anyway, but you know. So now I'm going off a little bit. I'm not doing exactly the same lines as this one. How am I showing this? I'm pretty zoomed in there. So I'm just kind of doing my own thing, but similar to what's already there. Oops, kind of missed where I was going. And I find it's a lot easier when I'm painting the edges. And I also learned from my teacher, I'm going to zoom out a little bit like that. So when I have like a tiny detail, let's say I'm in the painting somewhere, it's a bigger painting, let's pretend, to put my pinky down on, and then I can get more stable hand painting, because you can't put your whole hand in the painting. With acrylic it kind of works because it dries so fast. So basically that is what I'm gonna do with the 3 other trees. I'm just gonna go in. So here I have the tree trunks for that tree. So I might start like this and just widen it. And I want it to go over the edge a little bit. I think it's gonna end here somewhere. Probably won't go as far down as this. Well, actually, this is further this way, so it needs to go further down. I think I'm going to make that tree bigger. And this is what I love. You can always go in and change stuff. So I'm just going to make the tree trunk bigger, and then I'm going to go in and play with the tree. So shall we have it? Let's make it a bit wonky. Let's do it so it comes up more this way. And then it goes there. So, and I'm kind of daubing the paint here, and I'm just making it a bit wonky on purpose, and kind of like that, something like that. But I feel for a tree trunk that big, I need the crown to be bigger. So I'm swapping color, rinsing off my paintbrush, drying it a little bit. So I'm adding, oops, I'm holding it down because it's a bit wobbly. So if I do it with the paint, it kind of moves like that. So I'm holding it down to make it easier on myself. And remember, wet paint has a slightly different color than it has when it's dry. So I'm going to go further down. And I'm adding quite a lot of paint now. So probably going to need to dry a bit longer. And I'm going to have some coming in over here. And let's make it go out here. Maybe something like this. This is the tree that's furthest towards us, closest to us. It's this tree here. That light brown one that we were working on, that's further back. Something like that. That looks better with that tree trunk. And I'm going to go in with that light brown and go over the branches, because if you look at the tree, you don't really see the branches this way. It's kind of hidden sometimes. Oh, I was about to dip in my tea. So I'm going to go in and do tree trunks and branches on the other trees. Okay, so this is what we have now. And I started on the background and realized, hey, filming. So the background became a bit lighter than on the other one. So I started to go over on the other one and lightened up the background here too. And I started to light up the trees because it felt a bit too dark. So now I'm kind of using more matching colors. So I'm gonna change this tree up to the same color I have on that tree. Maybe a bit darker than that, but very similar. And I'm gonna lighten up this tree too. And what I love about acrylic paints is that I can just go over it, because now these trees are dry, so I can just easily just paint over them and it covers. If I do it with watercolor, it's, oh, the lighting is so horrible. I don't know what to do with the lighting, guys. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it is what it is. But this way I also get the different trees to, because I made more trees here than it was originally. So now I can make them separate a bit more. So now you see the trees in the background. Here we have some tricky places where I'm kind of dabbing my paintbrush in rather than painting in places where the background is very uneven. So I'm going in here, and I'm gonna go, and I'm just gonna keep covering this. It looks horrible. I hope I can paint in daylight tomorrow so you can see it better. There we have the light. Now you can kind of see that it's green and not brown. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to kick the... It's horrible. Or maybe it's just the screen on my phone that's crazy. I hope so. I hope the colors are better on the video once it's posted than it is on screen. And I'm gonna continue to lighten this tree, that tree, and I'm gonna continue to do the background here. So done the background up here, and I'm gonna continue and do it under here. Okay, so there we have them. That one and that one, and on the other side we have the fox and the squirrel. So there we have the cover. So I'm still debating with myself if I'm gonna paint this one with the same background color. I think that looks better. Yeah, I'm gonna go over this with that background color too. Just wipe my brush and get, oh yeah, that's how I get paint everywhere. I'm just kind of dropping stuff all over the place. I have a few more ideas on why am I using such a small brush when we're doing big painting. Is that a thing? Big painting? I don't know. I could have gone over this with gesso prior, but I'm just gonna go straight on with the paint because I didn't gesso underneath these other parts. So I'm gonna go over. I hope this paint will last. Will be enough for this paint, because since I'm mixing them myself, I find it hard to get the same paint twice. I'm also very tempted to do like one of these pink trees in the center here, but I'm not going to. Now since I have fabric here, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you see it's very textured. That's the word I'm looking for. Now I'm adding some water so I can get it to go down into the little holes in the fabric. So I'm wetting the paint and I'm kind of working it into, there we go. That way it's also a much thinner layer of paint. There we go. There, I'm kind of happy with that. Now these will have the same kind of color. So that is the, oh, you can't see what I'm doing because I zoomed in too much. Come here. So this is what we got so far. And we're gonna do some more painting, and we're gonna use napkin. We are gonna use pencils. We are gonna use fine liners. We are gonna use a lot more. But it's really late now, so I'm gonna continue tomorrow. By then this should be dry, and I would be able to put a varnish on top of this too. Hopefully that will dry and we can put this together. So I will see you guys tomorrow.